Okay. And can you tell us about your 10 album series and how did you put that together?
So I had a big loss. My house burned down in the Woolsey fire, and
I'm
then
sorry to hear that.
as we, it's I thank you for that. But it's one of those things that you have to survive. And after that, as we're recovering, we got into the pandemic lockdown, and I suddenly had some time, and I started writing and recording songs as I was rebuilding a studio. And I wasn't thinking about putting these songs out. I was just writing them for my own catharsis and expression and just playing with styles and bass lines and whatnot. And as I put them into albums for my own listening, I wasn't thinking I was going to have a plan to release them, anything of that nature, because the old school way of thinking is I need to be in a studio with a producer to be official. And then I read the Rick Rubin book, The Creative Act, last year.
Mm.
And at the end of that book, I said, I'm putting all of this music out, and then I'm going to put out more music, and then I'm going to put out more. And it's just, nobody's going to hear it on your hard drive, right? So
Mm.
Rick Rubin was really the impetus for me to just say, what am I waiting for? I'm not going to wait for there to be perfect versions of these. I like the way they sound. So I got them mixed, got everything mastered, and I got into this process. Each time I finish mixing a record, I'm into mixing the next one, and I learned a lot doing that. And I'm really happy with what I put out, musically, lyrically, and artistically. And it really feels good to have it all accessible, audible, and behind me. And I've also been able to do some live shows of the music, which brought it to life in a way that me at home playing all the instruments can't when you're with a live drummer, a live bass player. And
Mm.
I've done these live shows staged in the studio. So I have well recorded films, versions of these songs because I'm a piano player and there's not many clubs with a piano. And to go out and do it on a keyboard,
Feel the
it's
same.
disingenuous. So I'm in this great studio called Revolver out in Westlake, and they have a great Steinway piano that just has great sound to it. I'm usually more of a Yamaha Kawai guy. I play Kawai at home and I was endorsed by Kawai for a long time. But this Steinway, it feels like a Steinway that belongs in a bar room. You know, it has that kind of bright, bouncy feel. It's not too formal, not too classical, not too snooty. And I can dig into it and have some fun.